Hey guys, Super Godzilla Final Wars here, and today I am back once again with another video. Today we're going to be doing another profile video. I know it's been a while since last time I've done one of these. Hold on. Ugh! Sorry, just sneezed. No, I'm not sick or anything. It was just one simple sneeze. Nothing bad or nothing to worry about, so yeah. Today I'm going to be doing a remake of a profile video that I did a while ago, that I did back on my old YouTube channel. And that profile video is for the one and only, the god of the Megaverse himself, Super Mega Godzilla Earth. God of the Mega Monsters, and the god of the Megaverse. Now, I did some changes about him, because there were a few things I didn't like. And you'll see, and here in a few you'll understand why. So without further ado, without any more delays, let's get into it. Superman Godzilla Earth. He is the god of the Megaverse, and he stands at a height of 1,400 meters. His original height was 900 meters, but I changed it to 1,400 instead. Reason why? Well, I think he deserved to be way bigger than just 900 meters. So now he is 1,400 meters. He's basically the largest Mechagodzilla in the Megaverse. Now, I'm not really good with length or weight, but basically you can kind of imagine his length and weight being basically around 1,400 meters. His appearance is a combined hybrid between Super Godzilla, Godzilla Earth, with a little bit of a dragon. Basically, you can imagine dragon-like wings and a little bit of horns on his head. Fun fact, that was actually one of the concept art designs for Godzilla Earth, because I saw some concept art where Godzilla Earth was actually going to have some horns on the back of his head. So, just a little reference. Now, his age is very, very complicated, because basically he sometimes acts like a freaking ancient godlike being to a very young adult. So basically his age is very complicated. But basically his age is basically 150.160 billion years old. Yeah, that's how old he is. He is so goddamn old that he literally acts like a 20-year-old adult. Also, for those who have been wondering, how old is the Megaverse? This is going to shock you guys, but the Megaverse is actually the oldest universe out of the entire multiverse. The reason why, if you're wondering how old is the Megaverse, it is 110.0.446 billion years. That's how old the Megaverse is. If you're wondering how is it that old, you can thank the god of the Mega Monsters for that. He can literally expand lifespans from not just to living organisms, but to universes. He can quite literally expand lifespans. He can expand on how old things can get or when their time comes. When it's basically his choice. When he decides this needs to die, he'll decide that it will die. Or if he'll decide if that thing should live, he'll decide it will live. So, yeah, the Megaverse is quite literally the oldest universe out of the entire multiverse. And it's all thanks to the god of the Mega Monsters himself. And if you're wondering, did other living creatures figure out how old their universe is? Yes, and they are freaking shocked as all hell. Because they're basically just like, how in the world is this universe literally the oldest universe out of the entire multiverse? And basically his power level is just insane. And if you can recall from one of Space Spawn Wars' videos, where Space Spawn Wars was basically like, you didn't tell me that this man has a punching power of 5,000 Hulks. But in reality, it's actually 5 billion Hulks. Yeah, that's how powerful his punches are. So yeah, if you can basically imagine being punched by him. Basically, if you get punched by him, you're dead. You're done. You're done. But if you're wondering then how did Space Wars survive? Well, surprisingly, he was actually holding back his punches. He was actually holding back the true power of his punches because one single punch is enough to wipe out half of the multiverse. So, he was quite literally holding back the true power of his punch. So Space Monsters, you better be freaking lucky that he didn't use the full power, because if he used the full power, you would be dead. Now his power level is just, once again, it's insane. Because this man literally owns 200.965.110 billion dimensions, which is insane. He owns that many dimensions, which means he's way more powerful than freaking Mega Godzilla Ultimate. If you're wondering, will he exist in the Megaverse? Yes, but I'm still kind of working on his design, his powers and personality, and figuring out if he should be rather a good guy or a bad guy or be an anti-hero. Now, surprisingly, he has not unlocked all of his abilities. He only unlocked a couple 100 of them. He's still learning of his powers as he goes on. Which is actually really surprising because if you guys think about it, he is still learning of his abilities. Because with him learning about his abilities, that means he might have a better control of his power level. Now, he does have a few iconic Godzilla Earth powers. The Super Respiratory Wave, the Atomic Breath, Electromagnetic Shield. Oh yeah, about that. If you're wondering, does he have electromagnetic organ like the actual Godzilla Earth? No. he does not have any electromagnetic organ. So therefore, if you're trying to go or aim at the back, it's not going to work because he has no electromagnetic organ. The shield is just basically recharges on its own. It has basically a mind of its own, basically. He quite literally has no organ boosting up that shield. It just has a mind of its own. He has an atomic breath, a plasma cutter, which now that's what I'm hearing about what the actual atomic tail swipe is. But also he has a few new powers. He can shoot an atomic breath from his back, his tail, his fingertips, his eyes, his freaking nose, his freaking beard. He can shoot an atomic breath out of any part of his body. And the worst part of it is, when he shoots an atomic breath from his eyes, it actually does severe damage, and you're wondering why. It basically destroys parts of your cells. It destroys parts of your cells, therefore preventing you from even regenerating. And not only that, the beam itself will actually make your own powers turn against you. Basically, like, you guys know what happens to GMK Godzilla when he fires his atomic breath at the end of All Out Attack, and his atomic breath came out of his throat. That's basically what would happen if you try to use your powers. He quite literally will turn your powers against you. Like, you can name your most strongest attack. You can quite literally name your most powerful attack, and he'll freaking turn it against you. He can destroy reality with just a thought. He can just literally just destroy reality with just a thought, and reverse time itself with just a snap of his fingers. So he could quite literally reverse time. He could quite literally go back in time and reverse something that happened in the past. Now, if you're wondering, why didn't he do that before? Well, you see, back then, he didn't really knew he had that ability. Because you gotta remember, most of these abilities he doesn't know about, and he needs to be cautious on how to use them. Because if not, then he might actually destroy the entire multiverse. So, despite him being this super overpowered god, he's still learning about his powers. And he's unlocking new powers every single day. He's still learning of his powers. So therefore, he's still evolving. He's still learning. He's still adapting to these new powers. Mostly, these new powers are from his original life and Mega Anime Mothra. So most of those powers came from those two, and now they're passed on to him. And he's still learning of these abilities of his.